Good morning. For this assignment, you will be going over rotations, translations, and compositions. So recall that rotation, you often want to find the angle of rotation. So we're just going to go through each part of this assignment. For these wheel hubs, you just have to think, okay, how much do I rotate it to get the same image? And then you figure out the angle, or describe the angle, or how many times you can rotate it, right? You could also do it, describe it that way. You could rotate it, or you could say, how many times would you get the same image by rotating it? So the angle of rotation for each one. And then next is a few questions. Here's an M.C. Escher painting. He often used math to make different art things, and it just describes, if you notice, there is rotation here. So just try to answer each question on how you can rotate this image. Next, we have some questions on translation. And again, this will be the most calculations for this assignment, but it also tests if you understand the words image and pre-image. So I'm gonna do 25 and 27. So remember, you start with a pre-image and then you end up with an image at the end. So it goes from pre-image to image. So here, when it asks what is the image of 5, 3, it says you're starting with this point, then you draw an image. So that's what comes next. So I think, okay, well, I'm gonna apply this translation. So I'm gonna do x plus 12 and y minus 7. Well, x is 5 and y is 3. So I'm just going to, and I'll write it out. So I just say, okay, 5 plus 12 and 3 minus 7. And so that means that the new point is 17 minus 4. Okay? So that would work for 26. However, for 27, notice it says, what is the pre-image of -2, 1? That means we start with some other pre-image and we end up with this. So this is the image, -2, 1. So now we have to go backwards to find the pre-image. So for translations, you just reverse the sign right? If you go up right 12 for the image, it makes sense that you would go left 12 to go back to the pre-image. And that's exactly what we do here, right? We have -2 and then we subtract 12. And then we have 1 and we subtract 7, or add 7, right? We do the opposite. So our pre-image would be -14 and 8, right? So again, if we apply the translation forward, we would have -14, 8, and then we apply this and we would get -2, 1. So be very careful whether it says image or pre-image, right? So that'll determine how you find the other point. Okay. Lastly, there's these 2 questions on compositions, and all you have to do is identify or describe each transformation. Remember, you start with the blue shape. That's your first pre-image. Then the image for that is this double prime, single prime, A prime, B prime, and C prime. Then double prime is the green shape. So you go from blue to red to green. Then you just have to identify the type of transformation. Remember, is it a translation, reflection, or rotation? Maybe you could describe where the line of symmetry is, line of reflection, or where the point of rotation is, or describe, if it's a translation, describe how the rotation works. I'm sorry, how the translation works, how much it's translated by. Or you could just say it's sort of just descriptively, like saying it's being rotated and it looks like it's however many degrees left or right. let's see. Yeah, and try to find the point over which it's rotated, or the line over which it's reflected. Also, you could maybe say how you came to that conclusion, like why you know it's reflected or rotated or translated. I'm not sure if any of these are translated, but maybe that's one way to solve these. So anyways, do your best with that. Again, this applies to everything that we've learned about transformations. So please ask if you have any questions, attend tutoring, review our notes. All right, have a very good rest of your day, and I will talk to you next time. Okay, bye.